887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso. Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala. We have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
All on your public broadcaster. UBC, inspiring Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
A lovely morning to you, and thank you very much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to the Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo, and all that talk now is what is going to be happening on the 1st of May, that is at Nakole grounds in Nakapiripit district. And what is that? The International Labor Day celebrations. Just Olive and Richard were here still discussing the same, and here I am to re-echo and let you know, yes, as a worker, this day that was gazetted to celebrate, to look at the achievements and all that. But I'm not alone in studios to discuss this. I am with a lady and a gentleman from the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Now, join me, welcome Martha Irukunda, who is the Acting Head, Prosecution Unit, as the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
And at the extreme end, I have a common face, I must say, whenever we're discussing issues of labor. That is Apollo Onzoma, who is the Assistant Commissioner, Industrial Relations. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I want to begin with Apollo. When we talk about International Labor Day, first and foremost, what is this day all about?
Yeah. International Labor Day is a day set aside for workers all over the world to remember their contributions to the development of the economy, and then also to talk about some of the issues which concerns them in the world of work. And this day has a background. Sometime in the 19th century, there was an uprising in the United States. Workers striked because of conditions of work, conditions of pay, and low pay. And as a result of the strike, the security institutions engaged them, and in the process, many workers lost their lives. And because of that, in the 1st May of 1886 was declared as a day for workers to remember their contributions, to talk about their issues, and also to talk about the concerns related to work. And since then, 1st May became known as the May Day, to be commemorated by all countries to remember the contributions of workers in the development of their nation. And for us, Uganda, in our laws, the Labor Day has also been designated as a public holiday, and it is celebrated annually throughout the country. During this day, we join together with the government, joins together with the workers, employers, and the community to talk about important issues of work, how workers can be protected, how work should be provided, and many other issues. So that's what this day is about.
Here I want to bring in Martha. Martha, when you talk about celebrating this day for workers in Uganda, of course, we know we have no minimum wage. We know many of them, their rights violated at work. What is there for them to celebrate? Apart from maybe the key government officials traveling, those that will do the dancing, those that are going to give speeches. But I'm looking at an ordinary worker who has woken up. Sometimes they don't even have contracts. They are living hand to mouth. Some wonder even why they come to work. What is there? Please interest them why they should even be interested in this day.
Thank you so much. As a worker, why we need to celebrate this is, as my colleague has mentioned, is that we remind ourselves of our rights as workers, one. We use this day as an awareness campaign to inform workers of their rights, but also to advocate to employers to protect the rights of workers. So it's not just a day of dancing and celebrating, but we also remember the rights that we have as workers, and also we call upon employers to respect these rights at the workplaces. Yes, thank you.
Well, this year we have a very interesting theme, that is consolidating on the gains of the parish development model for increased productivity and inclusive job creation. Now, just remind you that the parish development model was launched in Feb, that is 2022 or 2020. Now, since then, we've had so much regarding this, but I want Apollo to help us understand why this theme this time around and the connectivity with the day.
Yeah, this theme is, there are many reasons why we have chosen this theme. First of all, you all know that the working age population has now grown up. It's about 25 million. That is from the recent census report, and our population has gone up to 45 million. That's the recent census report. And also, as part of that, you all know that the country has a larger population in the informal economy. The majority of the workers are employed in the informal economy, and the unemployment rate is also very high, about 12%, over 12%. So this intervention of government, all government interventions related to income generation, welfare, are also interventions that are aimed at creating employment for the people of this country. And therefore, through Paris Development Model interventions, a lot of the population of this country is engaged in productive activities, is engaged in income generating activities. There are many interventions, value addition interventions, and many other related interventions, including entrepreneurship and so on, which have a lot of elements related to labor and employment. So really the Paris Development Model has come in to contribute to addressing the issues of unemployment in this country through giving people capital so that they can be able to work either for profit or for income. And as a result of the Paris Development Model, you know, there are also a lot of other labor-related issues which come in. How are the skills development issues around Policy Development Model being handled? How about the value addition interventions which are coming up? There are a lot of labor-related matters to do with the payment of wages, safety and health, training and development, productivity. They are all around, and those are issues which are important to labor. So really this year, we are focused on Paris development because we are looking at its contribution to employment in this country, an improvement of the livelihoods of the population, the issues of social security. For example, the workers now who are the self-employed persons who are now engaged in a lot of activities because of the money government has provided under Paris Development Model. How are they securing their future? How are they saving so that any risks in future can be easily addressed through social security interventions? So really there are a lot of labor-related matters around Paris Development Model, and we also, as the ministry, we're in charge of very many complementary programs which can enable us to realize the best out of Paris Development Model. For example, we have apprenticeship program which government is implementing through the ministry. That program helps in developing the productivity levels of individual self-employed persons who want to improve on their skills, productivity skills, for them to be able to work better and realize better out of the monies which they receive. We also have programs like support to Joakali enterprises. The informal sector workers are being provided with support. Toolkits, it is a demand-driven intervention of government where they have come together and they have got resources and they are lacking some specific tools or equipments. The government has been giving out sewing machines. They give out production-related value addition facilities. Some people have got motorcycles and so on. So when you get your capital through Paris development and you lack some things for you to be able to improve, there are many complementary programs which can support, which can complement, so that the realization of the outcome of Paris development is really seen proper and it becomes comprehensive. So that is partly And you note that there is already a lot of money going in the communities, and many of them are engaged in a lot of productive activities, value addition activities, and so labor issues will always come in.
Well, I've seen quite a number of successful stories that the president has been visiting while on his PDM and wealth creation tours in a number of districts nationwide. So I could say, yes, there could be some success stories. Now, I want to come back to Martha. As we celebrate this year's International Labour Day, one of the key challenges of workers is where to run to when their rights are violated. And you head that particular unit. Now, I want to know, as a ministry, as your department, first, let the viewers know, what exactly do you do?
Thank you so much. Once you get an issue or a dispute at the workplace, the very first person you report to is either the HR or the management at the office or the workplace. So you have to use the internal mechanisms first, even before you go out there. But where that fails, or where you do not have an internal dispute resolution mechanism, then you run to the labor office. Each district has a labor officer that is tasked and mandated to handle these disputes. Once they receive these complaints, they are able to handle them by way of mediation, conciliation, or even then arbitration. Mediation is the first step whereby you sit and dialogue with the parties to understand what is the issue and to resolve it even before you go to the other steps that include arbitration or going to the industrial court. So where it fails at the level of the labor officer, or if it is then settled, but then the employer is still adamant to comply to the orders done or made by the labor officer, then you can be referred to the industrial court. As some may be aware, the industrial court is a court of reference, and that is why we say that you always start from the labor office at the district, and then you report, and then you're referred to the industrial court. That is if it has failed. So, of course, even the ministry itself has labor officers that are tasked and mandated to handle these disputes. Yes.
Now, what does Martha do at the ministry as the head of prosecution unit?
Thank you so much. The prosecution unit is a fairly new unit, and it is tasked or mandated to handle or prosecute employers that are non-compliant to the provisions of the Employment Act Cap 226 and its attendant regulations. So ideally, where an employer fails to either pay a wage, is discriminating workers at the workplace, any contraventions under the Employment Act are to be handled under the prosecution unit. So right now we are in the early stages of operationalizing the unit to see to it that we are able to prosecute these employers, the non-compliant employers, before the industrial court. And our mandate comes from Section 13 of the Employment Act, Cap 226. Thank you so much.
While still discussing issues regarding the International Labour Day, that is going to be on the 1st of this month. Globally, it will be celebrated, and we'll have the celebrations in Nakole grounds, Nakapiripit district. And of course, all roads are expected to go there because it's going to be a public holiday, first and foremost. And like my guests have said, this is a very important day to the workers because we reflect on what we've achieved, the challenges, and also how best we can move forward. Now, Commissioner, when you talk about looking at what we have achieved, what is there that you feel we can authoritatively be proud of as workers in Uganda that we've achieved?
Yeah, of course, the good thing is, one, government has provided an enabling environment. We have the relevant legislation, the laws, which are there to ensure that workers work under safe and healthy environment. And if they have any issues in employment, where they should be, where they can go and how they can be helped. The laws are in place. We have the Employment Act, which provides for some of the rights in employment. Rights to leave, annual leave, maternity leave, rights to payment of wages, and then rights to very many rights under the written contracts, rights to fair hearing when there are any disciplinary proceedings, and then also how you should terminate people when it is necessary to terminate. The processes are all very clear. Where you should go when you have any grievances, what are the issues, how you can be handled. All those are provided. The Act also provides for even the Act, the Employment Act is the one which has established the labor offices in the districts, municipalities and cities all over this country, including the ministry, where employers or workers can seek advice related to matters of employment, guidance related to how employment workplaces can be run better. We also have an inspectorate division, both at the Department of Labor and then also Occupational Safety and Health, where we do routine and periodic labor inspections. And those inspections, we do them to ensure that, one, the requirements for work safety and health of workers are put in place. Provide advice to employers and all stakeholders. And then also, with inspection, we're also able to identify whether there are any defects which we need to discuss with them, the workplace, for them to improve. And you know, a workplace which is not safe and healthy and where workers don't enjoy their rights may not also be able to realize the services and the products which they have been established to provide. So all labor laws and regulations aim at ensuring that any establishment should be able to survive and realize all the reasons for establishment, whether it is profit, whether it is services to the people, and how the establishments can protect the neighboring environment, and so on. So, and two, we also have the acts like the Workers' Compensation Act, which provides for procedures of how cases related to injuries in the course of work can be handled by employers, by the medical doctors, and by other parties. We have the National Social Security Fund, which provides for social security contributions on the side of the employers and the workers, and the law makes it mandatory that every employer must ensure that the workers are provided with the social security benefits, and that of course, you can't say that the workers have not benefited because they are saving. The worker contributes 5%, the employer's contribution is 10%. So it is really a benefit to the workers. So the laws are there to ensure that the workers work under a safe and healthy environment, a productive environment, and then also they remain productive so that any employer or a workplace or any establishment should be able to generate, whether they are providing services, they should be able to provide better services, or whether they are making products for sale or profit, the products will sell well and they don't have a lot of issues. So I think workers have a reason to celebrate.
Well, when you talk about social security, that is very important. And when you talk about the legal framework as well, that is something they should celebrate now. I want to bring in Martha. Why with all this do we still see workers having challenges the number of workers. We are talking about when it comes to social security. Many organizations never meet this. When we talk about the law, many workers have challenges at workplaces, and someone will simply fire them and you just have to walk away, maybe look for another job if you're lucky. One gets an accident and the workplace, they just say, well, we can't have you. I remember one time we had a very serious issue. It was one worker who got pregnant, and the person just said, no, 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 no. For me, you're pregnant. So what are you going to be doing here? Issues of maternity, paternity, those are privileged for a few. They could be for the mothers. They could be for Apollo here, you know, and for us here work at UBC. That yes, but I'm talking about those that are not like us.
Thank you so much. And I would attribute this to lack of awareness, but also in terms of mindset change. One, lack of awareness. Most people do not know their rights. Once I enter into a workplace, what is accrued to me? Am I entitled to leave? Am I entitled to maternity leave? When am I actually legally terminated, or what procedure should be followed for me to be terminated from the workplace? Most workers do not know this. Actually, especially in the informal sector, most of the workers attribute these rights to those who are under the big multinational corporations or the big companies, that those are rights for people in like offices, and not me in a small shop or in a market, that I'm not entitled to some of these rights. And that is why we use some of these platforms that we are able to get to appeal to workers to know their rights, that you're entitled to your to your wages on time. It should be paid on time, and you should be terminated within the procedures that are provided for under the law. You should be given a fair hearing. You're entitled to maternity leave. Even for the men, you're entitled to paternity leave. So you're entitled to social security, that is NSF, right? With the amendment that Commissioner was talking about, whether informal or formal sector work, all workers are entitled to NSSF. Yet still, even for the workers, the casual laborers, they presume they are not entitled to some of these rights, but yet these rights also accrue to them. Secondly, it's also something to do with mindset change. And that is why, even with the theme that we have of the parish development model gains, consolidating the gains, we have understood that it has contributed to more employers coming into the market, the labor market scene. But do they know the rights that are accrued to the workers that they are now taking on? And that is why we are using some of these platforms to appeal to the new employers that are coming forth, that these workers have rights that are under these laws. But I also go back to the role of my unit and why it was put in place. We noted that there are employers that know what to do, but they have found a way of finding loopholes and circumventing the law repeatedly to contravene the provisions of the law and also infringe on the rights of workers. So that is where we come in and we say enough is enough. We need to bring them to book. We need to take them to court and ensure that they pay for these contraventions that they repeatedly do. So also it can also be attributed to some of the laws that are a bit outdated, that we are working towards, as a ministry, we are working towards reviewing them. Some of these laws came into force in 2006, and we have seen a shift in terms of technology, in terms of also the penalties. They are a bit now minimal, given the currency that we have right now. So we are working to review to make the punishments more deterrent, to ensure that an employer he or she is deterred from contravening the provisions of the law and infringing on the rights of workers. So there are a number of factors that attribute to the challenges that workers are facing right now, but as a ministry we are working tirelessly to see to it that we have a day that whereby all workers' rights are protected and upheld.
Mm-hmm. While all workers' rights are protected and upheld, we have that day, and that is going to be the 1st of May, and the main celebrations or the national celebrations will be in Nakapipit district. And of course, if you can, please make it there. Allow me to go for a very short break. When I return, Martha and Apollo and I will still be discussing more regarding the plight of workers as we gear up to the celebration.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the 1st floor.
Buza Kamiso now, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear Chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling Chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back and thank you for being with us on UBC TV. It is the Extra. I have Apollo Onzoma, who is the Acting Commissioner, Industrial Relations, and Martha Irakunda, the Acting Head of Prosecution Unit. These are officials from the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. And in case you've just joined, we are looking at the International Labour Day celebrations. That is going to be happening on the 1st of May, and not in Kampala. That will be in Nakapiripiri district, to be more specific, at Nakole grounds. So it is very important that you make it there. And of course, the theme is consolidating on the gains of the parish development model for increased productivity and inclusive job creation. Now, Commissioner, when we talk about job creation in Uganda, yes, no doubt, the parish development model has provided jobs to those that have taken it serious. And I want to put that there, those that have taken it serious. Because, of course, there are also other stories that are not very interesting to listen to, much as the many are interesting to listen to. Now, many a times, there is a term known as meaningful employment. And I know people in the labor movement, these are things you're well versed with. Now, a number of our Ugandans, you talked about unemployment levels being high, but also many that are in unmeaningful employment. How do you plan? Are there any strategies to ensure these people access meaningful employment, as we have the PDM that is trying to get the 39% of Ugandans out of them who are not in the money economy to bring them in the money economy?
Yeah, meaningful employment. You have brought in a new word. But for us, unemployment which is meaningful will be the one which we regard as decent work. And when we are talking about, if I may use the word meaningful employment, then we are looking at the kind of employment where you have an opportunity for self-development, for you to improve on your career.
Very good.
You are secure in terms of your social security contributions, not only for issues of retirement, but also health and safety and injuries. We are also looking at having opportunities for decision making in an organization, participating in social dialogue. So really, and of course, the earning which you realize from work. So really, for us to make employment meaningful, then we should emphasize on how we can work with the employers and the workers' organizations and employers' organizations to ensure that the working environment is safe, their workers are able to access social security. They can participate in the decisions and the activities related to the promotion of industrial harmony within the organization. And they have opportunities for developing their skills, knowledge, for them to improve on their productivity, which eventually also makes the employer to benefit in terms of having a productive workforce. So meaningful employment, there are many things to do for all of us, especially in terms of making ourselves aware of the necessary legislations for doing work. Also, it requires us to ensure that we give workers protective equipments and tools for them to prevent them from accidents and injuries. And then also, government has also a law for setting minimum wage. We have a minimum wages Advisory Board and Wages Councils Act, which provides for structures. Government can put in place a minimum wages advisory board or a wages council, and what they do is to study the economy, understand the peculiarity, the specific working conditions of all the professionals, the sectors of the economy, and propose to government that when you want to recruit in this sector, you should not pay any wage below this one which we have set. That's the work of the Minimum Wages Advisory Board and the Wages Council. They set wages below which no one will pay in order to protect workers from underpayment, low wages, and so on. We have a law in place, and government is still in the process of undertaking the studies so that they can guide on how employers and which kind of wages will be set as minimum. Although it is just where the wages will start from, but the employers, of course, there are certain workplaces which will pay more above the wages which will be set.
Well, that is opening up Pandora's
really
box.
Meaningful employment, we are looking at unemployment where somebody can develop personally.
Yes.
He has access to social security requirements. He's able to contribute democratically through social dialogue, and those are some of the...
Well, that is what many workers long for and await to see. Now I'll come back to Martha. Martha, the day is on the 1st of May. Usually there are a number of activities that are lined up. If you're at liberty to tell us, please give us more on that.
Thank you. So we started off with the annual National Labour Convention, which was hosted last week on the 23rd and 24th of April. It was at Mestil, where we had a number of key stakeholders discuss on a number of items or rights of workers. Then this whole week, there will be visits being done to the PDM beneficiaries to identify the successful stories and those that are facing a number of challenges, to be able to report back on those. In addition, trees are going to be planted throughout this whole week in the district of Nakapiripirit, just to also contribute to protection and saving of the environment. In addition, we are going to also have an inspection of workplaces in the districts of Nakapiripirit and the neighboring districts, to also identify the challenges that workers are facing in those various workplaces. So yes, it's an action-packed week for us, and most of these activities are already ongoing. Thank you.
Well, most of the activities are already ongoing, and of course, in the interest of time, I want to give the Commissioner about 3 minutes to get your parting shot.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting us. To our viewers, we want to thank you for your audience. The points we leave for you is that this is a very important, Labor Day is a very important day for all of us, not only the workers, but also the employers, for the legislators and everyone in this country, including the communities. We should watch out for the workplaces which are within our communities and trying to see how these workplaces are performing in terms of matters related to safety and health, and then also matters related to workers' rights. We have labor offices all over this country. Workers should not hide with their problems. They can get advice from any labor office. Employers too are also, these labor offices are for everyone. Even employers should be able to benefit from advice and awareness from labor offices when they have any challenges related to labor and employment matters. And this is the only way we can ensure that we have a world of work which is productive, which is healthy, and which is secure in terms of their future, and we shall be able to realize a Ugandan population which can address all the basic needs for the family. So I want to thank you, and we look forward to you following up the event with us, which will be live on air, and then also on all media houses, so that we get to know and understand what the world of work is for us. And mind you, a worker is part of a family, and whatever happens to any worker becomes a family issue. When a worker has a problem, it becomes a family responsibility. So we should pay attention to all work-related matters for us, for our nation to develop.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Commissioner Martha, your parting shot.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank you for hosting us and for allowing us to share more on the upcoming Labor Day celebrations. Just an appeal to all workers out there. You are entitled to a couple of rights that are enshrined under the laws, and it does no harm to approach the nearest labor officer to find out, to ask for guidance on your rights. What are you entitled to? You do not approach the labor officer just when you have a problem. Mm-hmm. No. Even when you've gotten a new job and you want some guidance on the contract that you're being given, you have a right to go to the labor officer and ask for guidance. Please note also, reporting a dispute, work-related dispute, is free of charge, so no one should ask you for any money while filing any complaint which is work-related. I call upon all of us to join us in Akapirit for the Labor Day celebrations. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Martha and Apollo, and of course you, our viewer. Thank you so much for being with us from 6:30 till now. Let's all meet in Nakapiripit district as we celebrate the International Labor Day. For God and my country, see you tomorrow, the good Lord willing. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Buza Commissioner, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Living a safe life is your right and responsibility in our communities.
They should have an eye checkup once a year.
First activity that we conduct is getting these young girls or women from the danger that they are facing and bringing them into this home.
Most people, the skin doesn't go off. It stopped renewing itself about 5 years ago. We make sure we follow the skin cycle.
Join me, Ishime Kathy, every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. as we discuss matters of safety in our lives on the program Safe Life.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Pick of the day. We used to run, but most of the time we were running away from something. But nowadays, everything seems different. People still run, but they are running towards something. They run to test their limits, to break new records. And when we do it right, we inspire others.
The inaugural Coffee Marathon, uplifting rural coffee women, 24th May at Africa Coffee Park, Ntungamo.
Come, let us run.
To register, dial *217*413#. Choose option 4. Or scan the event QR code or visit the website to choose the race options. Brought to you by Inspire Africa Group.
Hey, Okero. Hey, Kajambo. Mukasa. Where are you going with the family?
Oh no.
Hey.
We are on our way to the polling station. The Electoral Commission is displaying the National Voters Register. And I need to make sure my name is on it.
Oh.
And Sophie here wants to confirm her voter details. We are all warming up for elections.
Okay. What about these young men? I can see you.
These ones are no longer boys. They are now men. Last election, they were too young to vote. But now, they are ready to vote.
Mukasa, you have really inspired me. Now let me also go home and pick my wife so that we can check the details in the register.
Okay.
See you on the polling station.
The National Voters Register will be displayed at your polling station from 25th April to 15th May 2025. Please do not miss this chance to confirm your polling station and your voter details. Report the dead for removal from the register and those who appear more than once. Every vote matters. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Uganda.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, is wholly owned by the government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited, NPC, in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, ECOP. ECOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher development projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Jinja Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala.
We have to change the political culture in this country, really. Who has bewitched Ugandans?
I want to assure you, as government, we shall do whatever it takes to ensure that Ugandans are safe.
We have conversations that have analysis, explanation.
This law society, this union of theirs, because they want a job everywhere, they want to be this, they want to be that, they want... No. We know it's a union.
You cannot be making a road, bitumen grade 1, in Congo for 5 billion.
But not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth.
The argument that the General Court Martial is responsible for peace and stability is without basis, either in law or in fact.
We have been told how Napoleon was a great orator. Now, Napoleon cannot help me get food. They told me combine harvesters in Saskatchewan. I don't know where Saskatchewan is. This is a geography we're taught. Instead of teaching me how to preserve Mabera forest, they're teaching me about Rhineland. This is a problem we got. We cannot run away from it.
Right now, you hear very disgusting stories of members of parliament. Instead of discussing the details of loans, they ask for their cuts.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
All on your public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This week on UBC.
After the completion of the Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, the UPDF Engineering Brigade shifted their focus to a new challenge, the construction of the Chambogo training pitch.
Once again, my name is Lieutenant Kano Peter Seku Kidemuka. I'm the engineer in charge of Ministry of Education and Sports projects, government funded. And in particular here for sports, these are the training pitches. In Chambogo in particular. This is Chambogo project. The training pitch is for African Cup of Nations games, and now more so the most recent one, or what we are going to host, is the CHAN. So we are preparing it for that occasion. This Chambogo training pitch was given to us by the Minister of Sports and Education. After them coming into agreement with the Chambogo, they signed a memorandum of understanding to own this place.
With their reputation for excellence preceding them, the team approached the project with enthusiasm and dedication.
My name is